Yeah, okay.
May I get approval of agenda as presented or amended? Councillor Tidbury, second Councillor Dugas. All in favor? Any opposed? That carried. All right, adoption of the minutes. Minutes of the regular council meeting held October 28th for adoption. May I get a motion? Councillor Tidbury, Councillor Dugas, thank you. Any discussion? Omissions, additions? All right, I'll call. All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. Delegations and requests to address council, we have none. Business arising from the minutes and unfinished business. Council action item report, October 28th for information. Any comments? Yes, Mayor?
I just wanted to thank you very much to our CAO about the amazing next newsletter and making sure that everybody is aware of it, that it's shared on our website and social media, and really showcasing what we're doing and what we're trying to do. So thank you.
If I may, I have just a question. Looking at the movement on May 18th, 2022, it's really nice to see that there was on October 8th, the archaeological permit. How are we doing for our deadline on that fast approaching?
At this point in time, we had a week and a half ago, we had Lukowich Engineering coming up to do some groundwork, just to make sure that everything was all good, so that they can finalize the timeline going forward, so that we can give it to the estate lawyer, and then the estate lawyer will review the timeline and see if there's any possibility for an extension.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, CAO Heather Nelson-Smith. Any further comments? All right, moving on. New business. The 5th edition of the District Connection for Information. What a masterpiece. Any comments on that? Has everyone had a chance to look through? Incredible, I think, piece just showcasing what each and every department is doing, keeping up to date with council. Bravo to all staff for that. Just such a nice piece. I don't know if anyone has any further comments, but well done. I think it's great.
I can't guarantee they'll all be 17 pages long.
That was a long one, but so good. It really shows how much work that you and your staff are doing for our community, and so nice to be kept up to date. So thank you. Moving on, number 2, AVICC call for resolution, submission deadline February 12th, 2026 for information. Yes, Mayor.
Excuse me, I would like to propose, and this is based on a conversation that the CAO and I had had, and I had no idea how much EpiPens costs. So I would like for our council to put in a resolution, if everybody's amiable to it, to have EpiPens free for anyone in BC that needs it.
I'll second that.
Absolutely. Second by Councillor Tidbury. Any further discussion? I think that's a great, do we need a motion to put that forward for us to work?
I think
We got the first, we got a second.
we got an action. We'll bring it forward for staff's or for council's consideration.
Okay, perfect. Do we need an all in favor vote? Yes, all in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, that carried. Great suggestion, Mayor. Moving on, correspond,
excuse me.
yes. Councilor
Just
Davis?
with regards to the student participation applications, has there been any discussion with regards to that to AVICC? Because they'll cover some costs and sounds like a great idea. It's just a matter of how we would do that with our high school here. Any comments from the mayor with regards to that?
Mayor?
I did have one student from the high school reach out to me about, through her aunt actually, about getting involved with the council. And what we did with another event that was happening up in Victoria is we sent this form up to the high school and to, did we send it to anywhere else? About the participation and if they wanted to be involved. So maybe we should do the same thing, is to send it up to the high school just to see if there's any of the students that are interested.
Sounds good.
Do we need to make a motion on
Sure.
that? Okay, I'll make that motion.
Okay, Counselor Dugas, second Counselor Tidbury, all in favor? Any opposed? Carried. Very good. Thank you, Counselor Dugas. Any other comments regarding AVICC? All right, moving on, correspondence. Number 1, Melinda Dennison, volleyball junior head coach, Kim Mandrake, volleyball junior assistant coach, reciprocal user agreement for volleyball. May I get a motion?
Okay, wait a moment.
Moved by Counselor Dugas, second by Mayor. We'll do Mayor Pat Corbett Labatt and discussion. Any discussion
Well,
comments?
Yeah, I would
Counselor
just
Dugas?
say, what is the process then through? How do you go about doing that? Does that come through our staff to them? Then is that how it works out?
So the way that the reciprocal agreement works is they fill out the reciprocal agreement form once we approve it.
Okay,
And then they pay the $25 insurance fee that the school board requires, because now basically they're not working under our umbrella. We're just granting them the ability to use it as free of charge. And then they take on that liability themselves, so we're not actually running the program. So that's the way the reciprocal agreement works for outside users to come in. And then the district, when we book it for things, then we're covering off on the liability for that.
okay, great, thank you.
Thank you, Celia. Any further questions? I just have a question. Are we allotted a certain amount of time and do we have enough?
Yeah, it wouldn't have probably gone on the agenda if we
Oh,
didn't have
perfect.
the time. The manager forwarded it off, but we do get 10 hours a week.
Yeah, so I did let Melinda know that, because we are using it now for
Yeah.
karate and yoga, so I let her know that if we have cancellations with the civic center, that volleyball would have to pay for it,
Okay.
and she was okay with that.
Oh, perfect. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Any further questions, discussion? All right, I'll call all in favor? Any opposed? Carried. All right. Number 2, Colleen O'Toole, Associate, Indigenous Business Development, regarding District of Port Hardy letter of consent, Salquatty Bridge replacement project.
I can fill you in on this.
Thank
So this is a project that the Wasilla Nakoda Nation has been working on for quite some time to replace the bridge that currently enters into Salquatty Reserve. We've met on numerous occasions, we've gone over some traffic assessments. And at this point in time, what they need is consent from the district to be able to land the bridge next to the current bridge, because it would be landing on our property. Because it's not shown in that image, how the bridge will then come into traffic play. Basically what will happen is the bridge will land where it is, and then there'll be a little bit of a jog to get it back to that intersection. Because going forward, the urban village intersection is being moved over, so then it'll create more of a four-way point, so we don't end up having a kind of a lost intersection in the way, or a driveway in the way, similar to what happened at the hospital a couple of years ago, where we had two driveways side by side.
Yeah.
And so from our perspective, there's no reason why council wouldn't grant consent for the new bridge to go in application.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Thank you, CAO Nelson Smith. Moved by Counselor Dugas, second by Counselor Robertson. Any further discussion or questions? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? And that carries. All right, number 3, Vancouver Island Regional Library regarding announcement of Executive Director Eileen Gillette for information. Yes, Councillor Robertson.
Thanks. I just wanted to express my congratulations for Eileen. She's great. She's very capable, and I know she'll do a good job. So it was really good to see her get the position.
Wonderful. Thank you, Councillor Robertson. I agree. I was at the meeting and I think the Vancouver Island Regional Library Board is in very good hands and she has a really good crew. So thank you. Any other further comments? None. All right. Number 4, Sarah Darling, Corporate Officer, City of Port Alberni regarding the Viral Resolution, City of Port Alberni Certified Resolution for Information. Yes, Councillor Dugas.
I was just curious if Councillor Robertson had anything to say with regards to this information that was been brought forward to us.
Councillor Robertson, I could probably speak to
Yeah,
this.
I do have a comment.
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't done, I'm going on memory, and that's always a bit of a challenge with me. But I believe, what they've asked for is not actually unreasonable. I think what they've asked for is actually in place. So that some of the things they want clarity on and a reasonable way to find out to rank branches that need work and renovations. I think that it is already existing and in place. So I think I think the library board will be able to address their request. I'm hoping they will be without any dislocation or anything. That's me guessing, not me knowing. Trina, you might have, Councillor Smith, you might have more info on that.
It was pretty interesting being at the meeting with this being brought forward and it wasn't done in a timely manner. It was quite rushed to come to the board.
Mhm.
And so there was a lot of very good conversation but then also the challenges of smaller tax bases having to provide more services and being able to pick and choose. It really got quite it was an interesting conversation, but I agree with you, Councillor Robertson, that already there is that structure in place that the board is able to, and in good capable hands with the experts that know their libraries and know how to provide services with different population levels. And I think they're doing just an incredible job. I don't know if that really answered your question.
You try.
Like that dancing?
Pardon me?
Did you like the dancing?
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. Yeah. Just need a little music to go with it.
Right on. All right. Moving along, if there's any further discussion regarding the Vancouver Island Regional Library Board. Moving on.
All good.
Number 5, Honorable Joanne Thompson, PC, MP from Ministry of Fisheries, response to proposed changes to Fraser River Summer 52 Chinook Management, 2025-001-00754. Is that for information?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a comment with regards to the information that they sent back. Again, it was very interesting, that letter that you sent in, Mayor. It tweaked them, but there wasn't any real big changes this year, so we could thank. I don't know if our letter had anything to do with it or not, but hey, it worked, so we were happy with it. But I guess the other thing that they talked about there was what's gonna happen in the future. They don't really say much about what the future holds, but at this particular time, with all the great returns that they had that we know of anyway, so you talk to the people that are in the charter business up here. They said they never seen so many springs before Chinook, and then they had the big return on the sockeye. So who knows what next year holds, but hopefully it'll continue to do what it's doing. I don't know if the mayor had any comments with regards to this or not.
Absolutely. Thank you, Councillor Dugas. Mayor?
I'm thinking we should send another letter because I have heard and seen various comments from the sports fishermen that they're thinking of curtailing the catch.
Again,
And again, so I think maybe we should send another letter just saying, thank you for your response. But we really want to keep our sports fishing available. We've had great returns. So please don't curtail us.
right.
Are you making that motion?
Or a recommendation.
Just a motion would be fine.
Motion, all right. Moved by the mayor, seconder. Councillor Dugas. All right, all those in favor?
I have a question.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
go
sure.
ahead.
I agree. I'm also voting in favor. I just thought it would be just in keeping with what Councillor Dugas was saying, that it would be good to include some of the more recent statistics from over the summer in that letter, in case they don't have them.
Thank you, Councillor Robertson. Any further discussion? Yes, CAO Nelson Smith.
Does Councillor Robertson have those statistics to share with me?
Ooh,
Councillor Robertson does not, but Councillor Robertson is willing to go out and track some down.
nice,
Great.
helpful. All right, seeing no further questions or comments, I'll call all in favor. Any opposed? Carried. All right, Councillor Corey Ramsey, President Union of British Columbia Municipalities, regarding provincial response to 2024 resolution for information. Any comments?
I was just, it was kind of interesting that we got a reply from our 2024 resolution. But it didn't really give us any indication that what we really requested was going to be really looked at. So do we need to send another letter? I'm posing this again to the mayor. I send another letter, maybe to the Ministry of Health, to say that it was endorsed and we had good response, but we would still like to see that being available to those of us over 60.
Thank you, Councillor Dugan. Mayor?
And I agree. I think we could follow up with a letter to the Ministry of Health because they did endorse it. They did say the vaccine is available. However, our whole point of our resolution was to make it free. And it's not free.
No.
Thank you, Mayor. Councillor Robertson, did you have something to add further?
No, I was, sorry, I was one motion, one item ahead.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All right, I'll call, I guess I don't even need to we don't have a motion on that one. We just get to go, thank you very much. Or wait, that is a follow-up with a letter. My apologies.
Yes,
We have a
I'll
first
make
and
that
second.
motion for the
Oh,
letter.
moved by Councillor Dugas, second by Councillor Tidbury. All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. All right, number 7, Gavin Last, Executive Director, Food Safety Inspection Branch, Minister of Agriculture and Food, regarding UBCM 2020-2025 Minister Meeting for Information. All right,
Yeah, just me again.
Councillor Davis.
Just a comment. I haven't had a chance to open up that web that talks about licensing and everything else that they sent to us with regards to that letter. And it definitely obviously opened up their ears with regards to our concerns with regards to how we can deal with that in our area. So that anything to do with the blue economy, whether it's shellfish or fish or whatever, that we need an inspection agency up here so we can actually sell it locally rather than having to ship it south and bring it back. But this here gives us some information with regards to how we can get licensing and maybe how we can make that happen. I haven't had a chance to look at that yet. I'm sure it's probably pretty detailed, so once we dig into that, maybe if it doesn't answer all the questions that we're hoping for, maybe then we can follow that up with a letter saying, yeah, thank you very much, but it still doesn't meet the idea of having a Canadian Food Inspection Agency available for our area so we can have it locally. So we'll see. I'll see. I haven't had a chance to look at it, so I can't say that that's not what it says, but maybe there's another avenue that we can look at that we haven't done before.
Thank you. We'll go Councillor Robertson and then the mayor. Go ahead, Councillor Robertson.
Oh, thanks. And I agree. I mean, what we were looking for was CFIA inspection, but part of that was how commercial operators can sell catch off the boat and how they get authorization to do that. Now, I'm
Mhm.
assuming that most people know that. I don't know. But it may be worth talking to Anika or some of the associations about just passing that information along. That if commercial operators are aware of it or not, but I'm assuming they are, but if they're not, this may be of interest to you, sort of thing.
Mhm.
Thank you, Councillor Robertson. Mayor?
So the Canadian Food Inspection Agency is federal. And
Yeah.
so it doesn't have anything to do with the provincial one. And we did bring it up when we had the federal representatives in council
Mhm.
at a meeting a few months ago, but we haven't heard anything. So maybe Heather and I can, or CAO Nelson Smith and I can see if we can follow up with them, if there's any opportunity for an office here.
Just as an update, I have been talking to Bridget over the last couple of months since they've left about the information that's been brought back by the, I believe her name is Melanie when she was here. So that has been taken back. They are looking for a little bit more information. So we're just looking for some past correspondence as well, because they were a little surprised that the offices did not know that District of Port Hardy has been actively trying to get us the inspection branch here. So, you know, granted, it hasn't been in the last couple of years because it had been for years previous, been turned down. So we're just taking up some of that information as well for them.
Thank you, CAO Nelson Smith.
Mhm.
Councillor Dugas.
And I think that when we had our talk with the minister, Bob, and that basically we knew that it was a federal agency that was doing that. But I think that we were looking for, not only did she provide us some information to look at, but to get their support with the federal government. We were looking for them to go to be our supporters there too, our advocates. And I don't know if they've actually looked at it in that way. So we'll see where this all goes, and then we'll get back to them hopefully. It would be nice to get a letter from her to the ministry, the federal ministry, to say that this is what Port Hardy needs. So get off the pot and give it to us.
Thank you, Councillor Dugas. Any further discussion? Seeing none, moving on, committee reports. All right, draft minutes of the Bear Smart Committee meeting held October 21st for information. It's hyperphagia season.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Our bears need to fatten up so they can go to sleep, which means we need to be smarter than the bears and store all our garbage, all of our easy food, the junk food for the bears away. And oh my gosh, we need volunteers. So if anyone wants to come join, we need volunteers on our Bear Smart committee. Any other comments regarding the minutes? Moving on, draft minutes of the Community Consultative Committee held November 4th for information. Councillor Dorward is away.
Provide a little.
Absolutely, thank you, CAO Nelson Smith.
So you will get a staff report. It's going to come to the December 9th meeting with all of the activities that the CCC will be proposing the council consider.
it's a lot. It's kind of exciting looking at the brainstorming going on in that committee for the big 6-0.
60 birthday party
Yep.
next year.
All right, so we look forward to December 9th. Any further comments regarding the CCC? Okay, moving on. Draft minutes of the committee of the whole meeting held October 28th for information. Any comments? No? Okay. Staff reports, Finance Department regarding check and EFT listing report, October 2025 for information.
Mhm.
Any comments? No massive checks to.
Yeah, well, you're the massive BC Hydro one, yeah, we'll go there.
Thank you. Current bylaws and resolutions. Bylaw number 1185-2025 zoning amendment bylaw for adoption. Counselor Tidbury. Are you making a motion? Moved by Counselor Tidbury. Second by Mayor Pat Corbett Labatt. And any discussion? Straightforward. All right, I'll call. All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. All right, pending bylaws, bylaw number 1183-2025, official community plan. And council reports. All right, let's start with Councillor Tidbury.
Okay, I attended what did I attend? The VIEA
Yeah.
in the Vancouver Island Economic Summit. Some of the interesting little factors out of that. Our growth on the island is sitting at 920,000 people. And it's a gradual increase, but the majority of the increase is us old timers. So there's more old timers coming to the island. Our GDP is going down. Public sector is expanding faster than the private sector. And unemployment is on the rise, which we all know, things like that. It's a really eye opener, this sessions. I enjoy it, and I had the mayor come with me this time, and maybe she can have a little say what she thought of the exercise down there. But it was good. Other things I did the tourist meeting. There's for 4VI and the MRDT is really gone up. We've had a fantastic year as far as tourism's concerned.
Great.
So it's very good there. I had a VINWAC meeting, which is the Vancouver Island Woodlot Association group. I did a Gazette Hamper Fund. It's going again this year, and we don't basically start till after the 11th of November. So you'll be seeing things going regarding the Hamper Fund. Did the pumpkin walk and give away hot dogs and hot chocolate on there, and I thought that was a fantastic success. Even though it was a little wet, to say the least. And of course, Halloween, that the haunted house at the fire department was great too. So that's basically it.
Thank you, Councillor Fedbury. Councillor Dubus.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Yeah, well, basically, I was involved with some of the things in our community. Halloween obviously was a little bit quiet in our neighborhood this year. Usually we get about 60 to 80 children or young people coming to our place. We had 18.
Holy.
That's it. I don't know where they all were. I think they were all down on Market Street and got soaking wet. And then the parents said, I'm not taking it because the ball game's on tonight. So Blue Jays, I guess that's what happened. I guess I'm not sure. But anyways, that was a little bit quiet. So I got lots of treats at home I got to eat before Christmas. Yeah. And then obviously, John had mentioned the pumpkin walk, great turnout. Somebody asked me the other day, well, how many pumpkins actually are on the seawall? Well, I actually counted them. It was 441 pumpkins on the seawall. And
You counted them?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Somebody asked me to, so I haven't counted it. But anyways, nothing else better to do, right? So, but the interesting thing about that is that they go around and collect them. Like you got to give credit to the Rotary Club and that for going around and collecting all the pumpkins. You got the Lions down there helping out. You got the Rangers down there helping out. You got the fire department there with the bonfire going. I mean, wow, it was pretty cool. John had music going on down there. It was pretty awesome. But at the end of the evening, the Rangers go around. This is really cool. They bring the garbage truck. Foxes come with the garbage truck. And within less than half an hour, they got it all cleaned up. There's nothing left. In 1/2 hour, they come in there, they put them in wheelbarrows, boom, 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 gone. In a half an hour, cleaned up, totally gone. Everything's gone. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. And then some of the other communities, they talk about the mess after Halloween with the pumpkins and they're smashed on the roads and there and there everywhere. Our town, clean like a whistle. Can't believe it. Beautiful. Great job from everybody involved. North Island Seniors Housing Foundation, we're still waiting for an announcement from BC Housing with regards to our application for our seniors housing project for our elders and seniors and those with disabilities. Reaching out still with our MLA and our MP, and they're very supportive of the project. I was with the VINTAC meeting with John, and congratulations to John. He's the vice chair. He's not the chair anymore, but he's the vice chair of the VINTAC, and Riley Zimmerman's the chair now. And Natalie's and that group doing a great job. Yeah. Awesome job.
Great job.
And it was what John was mentioning with the MRDT funding that we accepted. It's way up in 2025, so that's great news moving forward. Remember and stay. John was down there obviously with the Lions setting up the sound. It was a great turnout, as John had already mentioned. It went very well. Our mayor did an awesome speech talking about that. But I think what was great about what our mayor said was that her personal experiences because of her background involvement with the military. I thought that was pretty cool. More of a personal touch, which I think is awesome. Very great. And good representation from a lot of different people, cultures there. And it was great to see obviously a representation from the Kwal-Youth and other Indigenous groups in our community. And that was great. It was a great turnout. And we were fortunate. A little bit of a wind, but it wasn't raining. So, and I don't think I've seen that big of a turnout.
It was a big
It was
turnout.
a really big turnout. So
Big turnout.
it was really good to see. Anyways, thank you, Deputy Mayor. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Dugas. Mayor Pat Corbett-Labatt.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Smith. So I attended the Vancouver Island Economic Alliance Summit, as Councillor Tidbury had said. It was the first time I'd gone, and every year I'm asked afterwards why I didn't go. And so I thought, okay, maybe I should go one of these times. And I kind of had to go because I was asked to be on a panel talking about collaboration and working together with our community groups and stuff like that. And I have to say, it was probably one of the more interesting summits I've gone to. The broad selection of people that were there. There was business people, there were a lot of politicians like mayors and counselors, but as well, it was a real broad spectrum of people that were there. And I thought that was very interesting. Um, it was very challenging because Counselor Tidbury and I had to kind of, well, he was very generous. He said, you pick what you want to go to, and I'll go to something opposite it. There were so many different, really interesting sessions. And one of the sessions I really resonated with me, and I had only planned to go to half of it and then cut out halfway through and go to another session that interests me. And I'd stayed the whole time. And I think I just want to mention the healthcare panel, kind of near and dear to my heart, but how healthcare is an economic driver in all the communities. And if you think of all the healthcare workers, it's not just the doctor, not just, it is the doctors, it is the nurses, it is the lab techs, it is the x-ray techs, it is the cleaners in the hospital, it is the pharmacists, it's the pharmacist helpers, it's the um, public health, it's the mental health workers. And you think of everyone that's employed, even touches a bit on the health, they have family. And so it's such a big, big, broad spectrum what healthcare is. And so then it went into how do we invest in making our healthcare as best it can, and what can we do as municipalities? And it's invest in our civic infrastructure that enable people to do things that they really want to do, and how community centers are so important. It's investing in our recreation, it's investing in our programming, it's investing in our youth and making sure our youth are happy. And I just thought, okay, what our council has been striving to do for not just this council, but the past few councils, really striving to do to improve our recreation and making it a livable place to be and trying to attract people. So I just thought, okay, I feel much better now. So that was really good. I attended our last session on the Indigenous specific anti-racism training, which was really good. Big shout out to Cafe Guidos and their costume crawl that they've been doing for so many years, and how they've really got the businesses involved, and how incredible it is. So a really big shout out to Cafe Guidos and their vision on the costume crawl. And we all know it was kind of monsoony during the costume crawl, and I went home and stood by my wood stove for a while, and then the children started coming to my street. Unlike Councillor Dugas, I had 250 children and young people come to my house. So I did not have any candy left over.
Wow.
The pumpkin walk was great. When we went down, my husband and I went down and we wandered around and stood by the fire with that the fire department was putting on, and we had a hot chocolate that the Lions was serving up, and looked at the pumpkins and watched Councillor Dugas counting the pumpkins and and what the Rotary had done. And it's just like, it was just amazing, the whole feeling and the ambiance. And we arrived, it was drizzling, it stopped raining, and then when we left it was drizzling. But it was a lovely evening and a really nice night. And thank you for the Rotary for putting it on, and thank you to the Lions and to the fire department and the junior rangers and everybody helping out. I attended with our CAO a meeting with the ombudsperson, Jay Tulkey, and they had representation coming up to Port Hardy and meeting with people and discussing about the public complaints and how people go about doing the complaints and their website and the forms, and it was very interesting and informative. The Remembrance Day ceremony was amazing. I thought it just worked out really well. I kept watching the weather and thinking, okay, okay, okay. And it turned out just, and it would have been fine because I really, really feel strongly that standing outside in an hour in the pouring rain or the wind is nothing compared to what our veterans had to endure.
That's
So,
right.
but it does make it nicer when it's not pouring rain and windy. Had coffee with the mayor. I didn't have a number of people show up, but I did have a few that brought up some interesting observations and questions. And then at the end of that, I was honored to present a few more of the volunteer awards of the volunteers that weren't able to make it to our pancake breakfast, but hopefully next year they will, because I did really highlight what a great breakfast we all had. And then today, I'm down here in Nanaimo, and tomorrow I'm going to a healthcare summit. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll report back next meeting.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mayor. Councillor Robertson.
Thank you. Yeah, I do have to start with an apology. I won't be at the Métis flag raising tomorrow. And I had hoped to be there, but I'm not able to attend. As a good Manitoba boy who received most of my education, my undergraduate degree from in Manitoba, certainly Métis heritage is pretty important in Manitoba, and there's still a statue of Louis Riel in front of the ledge. So my apologies for not being able to make it. So I was at the Teams meeting about the information about the Heritage Act and the review of the Heritage Act. And I think a few others were there too. Mayor was there. And it's interesting, there's still some, I mean, we have experienced firsthand the challenges that has get. And so we have, I think, the CAO and the mayor put in a submission to that review, but there's still a ways to go, and it sounds like it will hit the legislature in the spring now in the next session. Interesting also that we've started the budget process, and the capital projects went through capital projects initially last week, and I'm pretty sure the gloves will come off shortly as people want to put forward their favorite projects. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. So we were able to observe Remembrance Day on Salt Spring on the 11th. I do also, there was just in keeping, there was yeah, no, I'll pass on that one. But in Halloween, just in Halloween, we had our usual upwards of 5 to 6 people, kids come by. So it was a busy night. 2 of whom were our grandchildren. So a very busy night. But as good residents, we had prepared for 200 or 300, so a little left over. And I would like to disagree a little bit with Councillor Dugas about no mess with pumpkins. We duly, like good citizens, put our pumpkins out to be collected. Before they could be collected, the motley band of crows in the neighborhood attacked them and destroyed all of the carvings part. So there was a mess of pumpkin all over. But bless Rotary's heart, they picked them up anyway. So anyway, that's me.
Oh, thank you, Councillor Robertson. All right. November 1st, I attended the Vancouver Island Regional Library Board meeting. And as in the agenda, the executive director has been appointed, so it's no longer interim. They wanted to make sure that that was done before a new executive comes in, and it's in really good hands. And one of the things the deputy executive director is working on is a library lights the way. And I thought it was really interesting because a library, they say a strong library makes a strong community. And I have to agree, like that's where you have all your information. It's very inclusive. Anyone is welcome. It doesn't matter. You can get your library card. And I just thought, we're pretty lucky. Like libraries are a really cool resource of not just information, but tons of stuff, tons of services. And yeah, I did
And they're
appreciate.
free.
And they're free, exactly. Thank you, Councillor Robertson. Yes, November 6th, we had our finance meeting. And November 11th, I missed all of these good fun activities. I got COVID a few weeks ago, and since then I've just been having symptoms and just running me ragged. Yeah, so thank you all for attending these wonderful community events. I think it's so important, and it certainly warms my heart to see the Pumpkin Patch Walk continuing on. I remember braving the storm way back when. I don't know if any of you remember where it originally started from, was on Beaver Harbor, the Bing Road, I guess, out there. And yeah, we received a lot of flack for trying to move it into town for more accessible because people were falling into ditches. It was really dark. I don't know if anyone has attended the event out there. It was pretty fun and spooktacular for sure, a little scary. And but having it in town, anyone can go. You can go with a wheelchair. You can just be wandering around the community. And what a wonderful event, collaborating all the different service clubs together. And as was discussed tonight, the collaboration and community, the ambience, and that's what we're all about. Is what a wonderful community. And it's because of our volunteers that these incredible events happen. So thank you all for your reports. Moving on, information and announcements. As the mayor said, she had coffee with the mayor on Monday, Remembrance Day, the 11th, November 13th, the Métis flag raising at the Municipal Hall, 2:30 on the 13th, another finance committee, emergency planning committee, and another council meeting. Notice of in-camera meeting, none in the package, and may I ask for adjournment? Woof, Councillor Dugas. All right, thank you. And any questions pertaining to the